Free ChatGPT just got ads, and here's why I'm switching. So exactly what we're going to go ahead and cover today, as this is not on my face because it's a little bit too big. What's actually happening with ads, why OpenAI did it, ChatGPT versus Claude. You're going to see why I ended up switching everything. I just exported everything from ChatGPT, threw it all into Claude, and what you should actually be doing right now. 3 simple moves if you want to go ahead and take advantage of everything that's going on right now in terms of AI and whatnot. If you're a business owner, if you're just a normal person, it doesn't matter. So OpenAI literally just turned ChatGPT into Google. Usually in 2022, ChatGPT launches. It's free, no ads. February 9, 2026, ads start appearing for free users in the US. May 5th, OpenAI opens self-serve ad platforms to any business. So before, there literally used to be a $50,000 minimum. Now anyone can buy ads on ChatGPT. Right, so it's for a lot of business owners, this might actually be a good thing because every single time you're kind of first to launch ads on a platform, usually it's super cheap. I remember I was running Facebook ads in 2015. No one was really launching them for example, e-commerce companies. And because of that, it's things were cheap. It was literally easy to make money back then on the first platform when not a lot of people are advertising it. And if you're a business owner, I guess there is some opportunity with what ChatGPT is doing right now to get the first mover's advantage to go ahead and launch your brand, your product, your service on ChatGPT ads. And on May 7th, it is expanding to UK, Japan, Brazil, and Mexico. Now, this is what you see now after you ask ChatGPT a question. So if you literally type in, what is the best meal kit delivery service? There's going to be a sponsored thing, right? So again, it's if you're just using ChatGPT because it's oh, I need to go ahead and see if my poop looks weird or something. I don't know. Now certain solutions are going to start popping up. Not necessarily the right answer, but basically businesses wanting to go ahead and market to you. And if you're a business owner and you're oh, wow, I want Google ads is expensive, Facebook ads is expensive, LinkedIn is expensive. All these things are expensive, right? What is kind of a cheap way for me to go ahead and get eyeballs? This would essentially be an avenue that you could go ahead and use. Now, the thing that no one is really saying is OpenAI says ads don't influence the answer, but the ad is matched to your conversation, which means ChatGPT is reading what you type and matching advertisers to it. Okay, so just all the things that you're kind of typing onto ChatGPT, what's the smell coming out of my armpit? How do I cook prosciutto? How do I go ahead and boil an egg? All of these things that you're searching for, these companies are essentially kind of consuming all of the data just so that they could go ahead and sell it back to you guys, right? So this isn't about your experience. It's about $100 billion. OpenAI isn't doing this because ads make ChatGPT better. It's actually math, and this is why they're running. So ad revenue goal for 2026 is 2.5 billion. Another 100 billion ad revenue by 2030. And then their goal is 900 million ChatGPT users. The audience are selling to advertisers. So this is kind of why it's a little bit weird, because Sam Altman once said that in AI, advertising would be unsettling. And this was before he needed to justify a $852 billion valuation. So they're not just showing ads to everyone. And here's exactly who gets them. Mostly the free users get ads. ChatGPT Go users at $8 a month, and users in US, Canada, and Australia. And the pattern here is this is exactly what Google did. Free search with ads, pay for YouTube Premium to remove. ChatGPT just became the same model. The question is whether it stays that way. Now, while OpenAI added ads, Anthropic made a promise. 2 days before this video, on May 25th, Anthropic published a formal statement, and it's the most important thing they ever said publicly. We made a choice. Claude will remain ad-free. Advertising incentives are incompatible with the genuinely helpful AI assistant. So ChatGPT ads on free tier expanding globally. Claude ads free forever in writing. So ChatGPT versus Claude, they're on a side by side. So literally several weeks ago, it was just kind of annoying because all my friends were oh, you should go ahead and go into Claude. You should go ahead and go into Claude. And I was all of the stuff that I was kind of intimately talking to ChatGPT about was already there. But apparently you literally could just export all of your data, all of your information, and just throw it on a Claude. I remember just going on Claude and be hey, bro, I'm on ChatGPT. I want to get off. How can I export all my data? Claude gave me the steps and just like handed me all the things that I needed to do that. And then it was kind of like simple, right? But as you can see the difference, you can see that there's actually way less users worldwide. Now it's number one in US for business. So business adoption, most business owners are now switching to Claude. Most of the people that I know that do business with, and I interview a lot of, like, for example, really successful business owners, is they're moving to Claude. They're not even talking about ChatGPT. And in terms of like writing, copywriting, it's like way better. Images, it's more limited, but you know, it's like I use like Nano Banana for like all my images. And then privacy, it's not used for advertising. So there's more privacy with your chats. And it connects to a lot of your tools like QuickBooks, HubSpot, Google. And in terms of the free price, it's free with no ads. So the numbers no one at OpenAI wanted to see is the actual credit card spending across 50,000 US businesses. So as you can see, there's way more spending now on Claude in terms of just like growth and speed. Like Claude used to be smaller and now it kind of like blown past ChatGPT in terms of what people are actually spending on money wise. So the Claude share is 34% in April 2026, and this is the first time this has ever happened in AI history. Okay? And the stories nobody also is talking about. So Harvard switched from ChatGPT to Claude. Uber burned their entire AI budget in 4 months, mostly on Claude. Engineers spending $500 to $2,000 each month. They didn't stop. And 4% of all GitHub code written by Claude. Okay? And the pattern, the places where actually work gets done, universities, big companies, developers are moving to Claude. ChatGPT still wins on name recognition, but Claude is winning on actual usage. So Sam Altman said this before, the ads, then he launched the ads. I don't like advertising. I find the combination of AI and ads uniquely unsettling. It would be the last resort for us. Now, and this is May 5th, advertisers can now create ChatGPT ads through partners or a new beta self-serve ads manager. The last resort just became the business model. So what ChatGPT is doing with your conversations, this is part of OpenAI buried in the fine print. Here's what they're actually doing. Your conversation topics, what you're currently discussing, your past history, how you've interacted with ads before, your general location and language. They say this stays inside chat and isn't shared with advertisers, but the matching still happens. And then in Claude, nothing. There's no ads. So advertising incentives are incompatible with genuine helpful AI system. Their argument, if AI can make money showing you ads, its incentives are no longer purely to help you. That matters. So the real question, when you ask AI for advice on what to buy, what service to use, or what to do you want the answer to be influenced by who paid to advertise? That's the actual issue as a user, but also opportunity as the business owner. Both companies are about to go public. Here's why that matters. 800 billion valuation targeting at 1 trillion. The recent thing that happened with like Elon Musk, their lawsuit just got dismissed. So clearing the last legal barrier, the IPO is now on track and public shareholders will want to profit more on ads. And a 61 billion valuation also racing the markets. Anthropic is reportedly planning their own IPO before end of 2026. They've made the ad-free promise publicly. Now they have to stick to it in front of their shareholders. That's a bigger commitment. Now, what this means for you, the free era of AI is ending. Lock in the plans now while prices are low. Both companies will raise prices when public shareholders demand profit. This is not speculation. It's how every tech company IPO has worked. And the 3 moves this week, none of them complicated, is open Claude AI right now and make a free account. On ChatGPT free, turn off personalized ad settings. And if you use AI seriously for work, consider locking in for an annual pricing plan. And ask ChatGPT and Claude the same question. See what happens. I run insert your business in 1 sentence. My biggest time waster every week is describe it honestly. You can literally screenshot this. Tell me, can AI actually fix this? Be honest if you can't. If yes, exactly which tool and how. What would I need to set it up? What's the real cost? Don't be vague. Give me something I can do today. Try both of these and see exactly what happens and how they actually prompt and the difference between the two. And the bottom line is simple. Free ChatGPT has ads now. Claude doesn't. Both are going public. Prices will change. The time to figure out which one you use and how is now, not later, because